What's up people, this is Nanath Kulkarni from Picklers and today I'm here with another paddle review. And no, this is not a Hyperion. It looks like the design is same but no, this is not a Hyperion. It is highly inspired by Eula though. That's another interesting story to be told, but let's just move with Bachus' story first. Bachus is a Taiwan-based paddle manufacturing company. The guy who runs Bachus actually had some pretty good connections with Eula first. So they studied Eula and their paddles and essentially tried to make something which was better than Eula's. At least that's what they claim. Bachus offers two paddles in the segment, the Mamba and the Panther. The Panther is said to be inspired by the Selkirk Vanguard Air series and the claims are that it's better than theirs. And the one I have right here, the Bachus Mamba 16mm, is said to be inspired by the Eula's Hyperion. I mean, of course, the Hyperion has taken a whole new shape today. The Bachus Mamba 16mm is a carbon fiber paddle. Even rec paddles have carbon fiber these days. So why this one? The reason why I endorse this paddle so much is because of its trial and error process. Hyperion was the first one in getting the curved top design in the market. I won't say they launched it, but definitely played a big part in making it the mainstream design. Because of the curve at the top, the paddle is considered to be elongated, but still the usable space on the paddle is pretty less. Particularly the Mamba is wide 7.45 inches by its face. The handle is long enough to rep double-handed backhands, but my favorite part was the rolled backhand dings. The paddle overall is pretty good, until you start playing with it. I mean, the weight distribution was completely off. It's not so comfortable and desirable at first because you don't have control over the ball, the angles are ridiculous and it's just hard to figure out. Until lead tip steps in. I felt that the core of the paddle was not glued or locked together enough or was locked together more than required. While playing, you can feel the distant placement of the carbon fiber from the polypropylene. Nailed it. I don't know how and why, but this paddle at the first glance just seems shallow. The lead tip did help me great in adjusting to the paddle and I don't see any other flaws than this weight distribution. Because of the paddle's unique face, not so unique these days though. Because of the paddle's face, the prep time is cut really short. The paddle is just at the right angle when you go for the prep swing. The paddle has great prep swing, all the power is generated before the swing. You don't need to expose your prep swing too much while hitting the ball. It takes some time but you'll definitely get used to it if you start playing with lead tape. Well, these were the overall looks of the paddle and now is my personal opinion on this. I think after adding the lead tip, the paddle unlocks to its full potential. The swing weight does increase a bit, but it's not that irritating, noticeable and bothering while playing. I honestly didn't want to use this paddle after playing with it raw. But once I added the lead tape, I thought of giving it a shot and this paddle has changed my life. This has become my everyday paddle now. I think the paddle is best for the 16mm club, so not the best one for the power air users. But no, me making this paddle my everyday paddle doesn't mean that I'm putting the extended faces on the top of the list again. I still think that the short faced paddles and standard paddles are a little better than these ones. The paddle is not hard on your shoulders or forearms even if you add lead tape. I don't see much special things on the surface. It's pretty decent. I think it works out pretty great. However, the carbon fiber does its job and wears out from time to time. And I honestly have stopped seeing any results on this particular paddle by using the paddle razor, but I still use it, just my blind faith. Overall, the paddle is pretty good. I will give it a 8 out of 10 rating. And if you want to know how my rating scale is managed, check out my Instagram. I won't say this paddle is perfect, but it definitely has a targeted audience and a specific category of players which will use it. By the way, just a little note, some of the best players of India, Kuldeep Mahajan and Tejas Mahajan, use this paddle. This paddle can rock both on professional and amateur levels, and I'll say it leaves a pretty good impression too. So this was my impression on the Bachus Mamba 16mm. The paddle is pretty good. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You can check out the paddle on the Bachus Instagram page, and if you want one, I can set you up with it too. Just DM me. So this was it. Thank you for watching.